Whatever she said, then I'm that. If this here rocks to y'all, then you that. Whatever she said, then I'm that. If this here rocks to y'all, then you that.
Team, it is Major G, and I think I have my new setup going. This might be how it looks for a little while until I can figure out something better. Though it isn't too bad, except the TV's a little far away. So, I'm getting right into this. This is a trailer I haven't seen yet. I've seen other people reacting to it. Like, I haven't actually seen their videos, but I've seen the amount of people that have reacted to it. And I've also seen the poster for it, which reminded me to check it out. So this is the trailer for the Happytime Murders. Is that right? Yeah, Happytime Murders. I'm guessing based on it, this is some kind of murder mystery, but with a comedic slant. Now, the cool thing about this is that this is in the grain of stuff like the more recent Muppet series that was on ABC, or Greg the Bunny, which I really loved. I thought that was a really cool show. Or that one episode of Angel, which was really good. What was that called? Puppet Time? Something like that, where Angel and Spike were turned into puppets, which was awesome. Was Spike turned too? I think it might have just been Angel. But they went. I think what it was they went back to it in the comics, in the Angel comics, and I think they turned Spike into one too. But this is kind of getting into that whole kind of gritty puppet kind of thing, where in the U.S. and maybe in other places in the West, but I know particularly in the U.S., puppets are primarily seen as a kid's thing. But there are some outliers that kind of have fun with it and go in an adult slant with it. And that one episode of Angel was one of them. There was the show called Greg the Bunny, which starred Seth Green, and I think it was on Fox. And it was basically about it was like Roger Rabbit, but with puppets instead. Like, kind of like that, where it was humans and puppets working together side by side. And, like, the puppets worked on TV shows, kind of like they do now, and they were supposed to be these kids' things. But, like, Greg the Bunny showed them when they were off camera, and they were just completely wacky. And that was a really funny show. They kind of touched on it in what was the name of that series? Unhappily Ever After, though that was kind of an imaginary thing, with Bobcat Goldthwait playing Flopsy. The main character was based. What was it called? Unhappily Ever After was basically a reboot of Married with Children, but with a different style. It was basically a spiritual reboot of Married with Children, but like the husband and the wife were basically on the verge of divorce, and I think he mostly lived in the basement with his old childhood stuffed bunny, who was played by Bobcat Goldthwait. But he was the only one who, this was like an Al Bundy type character. He was the only one who actually spoke to the bunny, and like the bunny was like all about sex and smoking and all that stuff, so drinking and all that. So it was really funny. And then of course the Muppets. If you haven't seen the new Muppets, it's actually worth watching. It was really funny. I think my favorite episode of that was the one where Miss Piggy's getting over breaking up with Kermit, and so she starts this relationship with, I want to say it was Josh Groban, and they're basically like having sex all the time, and it was great. and that takes place behind the scenes of like Miss Piggy's late night talk show, and that was actually really, really funny show. So long story short, I'm into this kind of thing where they kind of twist the what's supposed to be for kids into an adult medium. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to this. I do know it has Melissa McCarthy in it, who I really like, and I think she's really funny. So yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. There we go.
I love singing and dancing. Hiya, folks.
Oh yeah, the new Muppet movies with Jason Segel. I forgot about that. Yes.
For 50 cents, I'll suck your dick.
That's a great price. It almost makes me wish I had a dick for you to suck.
That is a yes.
Wow, Melissa.
You two are the most decorated officers in this department. What do you think?
Looks like a rubber gone wrong to me.
This wasn't a robbery, this was a hit.
Walker!
Someone out there is killing puppets.
Hey, handsome.
You looking for some rotten cotton? I'm a woman.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's even
Got
better.
a good time for you.
I
We're
do
gonna
it
catch the
just
bastards
to,
who did
just
these
to
murders.
check it out.
Because bodies are gonna start piling up.
You're one of the best damn cops I've ever seen.
Oh my God!
Bad
Stop
for this.
him in
I'm
the
the fucking
nuts.
FBI.
Stop him in the
Oh yeah,
nuts.
what's that stand for? Fucking big idiot?
I love it.
Cop, good cop, where is your dignity? Where's your empathy? Where is your sympathy? Bad cop.
If shit gets crazy, I'm gonna go crazy as shit.
It's not just a fantasy.
God, are you alright?
Oh, Maya Rudolph. Nice.
This pure ecstasy.
I'm not doing this. Do it.
Oh my God. Oh my God, with a Twizzler. I love it.
Sorry about your dead human friend, Phillips.
That is good shit.
Well, fuck me.
Maybe.
Oh shoot.
Is Phil in?
He's servicing a client.
Yes! Oh my God, yes! This is awesome! This is awesome! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! No! Oh my God, yes. Dude, I am so sold on this. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is much funnier than, oh, there we go. This is much funnier than what I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it was just going to be kind of goofy, but oh my God, they're just going completely bonkers with it. And I love it. I love this. This is exactly what I was hoping for, because we don't get many instances of stuff like this. Like I said, I think the most successful version of this, like for real, was the Angel episode. I wish I could remember the name of that episode, but it was the 5th season. And it was, and like the primary reason it was so good was because Angel wasn't a puppet. So seeing this dude who's like super broody and super angry and all that, and angsty and all that, getting turned into a puppet and acting this way as a puppet was hilarious. And I love that even Spike called it out. So in the episode. But this is exactly what I've been hoping for, because ever since Greg the Bunny went off the air, like, there hasn't been anything near this vulgar involving puppets. In terms of, I should say, in terms of mainstream. There might have been some indie movies that I don't know about involving puppets. And I think the Jason Segel Muppet movies kind of went a little in that direction, but not really, because he was such a huge Muppet fan that I think he kept it more wholesome. And the Muppet Show kind of started going in this direction, but because it was on network TV, they couldn't go as far, I guess, as the writers really wanted them to. So this is exactly what I've always been hoping, basically ever since Greg the Bunny, because Greg the Bunny, I think, is the primary is the only other thing that's been this wacky with puppets, and unfortunately that only lasted a few episodes from what I remember. I don't even remember it going a full season. But this is I've been wanting something like this for a long time. This is awesome. I'm so glad that this is coming out, and I'm gonna be right there when it opens. That opening weekend, I'm planning on being there to see it. So this is gonna be awesome. I was not disappointed with this trailer. How did you guys feel about this? Like, are you guys just like, is your mind just exploding over this, or have you never seen anything like this? But yeah, once again, the best examples before this that I could point to of something like this are the most recent Muppet Show on ABC, because that was actually really, really funny in an adult way. That might have been one of the downfalls of it too, that everyone thought that it was going to be a kid show and it wasn't. The One Angel episode, and of course Greg the Bunny. So with a little bit of hinting of it in Unhappily Ever After, but Bobcat Goldthwait was a solo character, and he was imaginary. So I mean, I'm so happy to see this trailer. I'm so happy that this is coming out. I'm so excited. I want to see more of this world. Let me know how you guys felt in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and be excellent to one another and party on, dudes. Do it. Oh! I do it! Jack! Jack! I do it! Jack!